What's going on, everybody? How we doing? Dude, today is a good day. Today is a really good day. You know why? Because look at this shit, man. Look at this shit. Boom. Landing page, complete. Payment gateway, complete. Looping mechanism, complete. URL backend server, complete. Onboarding phases, complete. Building a website end to end. That looks nice. Through the website, through the app, complete. Embedded links need to work, complete. Cancelled subscriptions end at the cancellation date, complete. Set a new branch in GitHub for dev app before main app, complete. Ability to add a loop in onboarding, kind of complete. Fix app icons, complete. Whatever this is. Skill rules to assist the app AI models. Definitely complete. This is actually a massive, this helped the app a shit ton. GitHub integration works. We're like on the fence. Okay, so I'm going to put the tick out here and then it's just going to be easy to move, you know, because it's an easy task. Easy task. Tick is easy to move inside the square. You feel me? Final test, build 5 different apps with different goals. Complete. Install on my Mac Mini from scratch. So this is the one thing that we need to do today. I've got my Mac Mini on set up over here. For those that don't know, I use a MacBook Pro to live stream and build everything inside of. But I have this separate Mac Mini that I bought for my OpenClaw. Yep, I know, I'm dumb. I should probably run my Hermes Agent on there actually. But it's basically a separate environment. So what would be nice to see is I'm able to download the app on a new environment. I'm able to sign in with a new paying account and everything just works smoothly. That's kind of what I'm hoping for this live stream. App download page to the website, we've got that. Improve sidebar icons, we've got that. So the app's looking good, guys. Like, have a look at this thing, man. Look how beautiful this app looks. Like, you can tell someone's put in work for this app, man. Like, look how clean this looks. Like, I don't know what I like more. If I like daytime mode or nighttime mode more. I actually don't know. I kind of think I like light mode more, which is weird because I usually am always a night mode kind of guy. But yeah, we are on it. We are on it today, guys. Yo, hang on, technical difficulties. One second. There we go. YouTube glitching out on me. Emilio, what's good? Alpha, how we doing? The UI has come so far. Thanks, Aubrey Codes. Appreciate that. But we are literally probably going to be launching this. Like, we could launch it this live stream. We don't need to make it a big deal. Even though it is a big deal and you should make it a big deal. But let's give this thing a go. So I've got my Mac Mini right here. I think the first thing that I want to do, share screen, log into my Mac. So this is the Mac Mini environment, as you can see. And I want to see it work inside of here. Yo, you're an OG if you remember this screen. This is like back when I was working on the App Factory and it was able to build all these apps for me. Like, look, you got Plant Pulse here. You got Split IOU. Man, these were the days. This is the App Factory that I built. Man, I put so much time into this App Factory. Dude, so much time. That's a trip down memory lane right there. Jesus. Man, I remember we used OpenClaw to orchestrate all the agents, and then we ended up using Python because OpenClaw kept breaking. Can you recap what exactly your app does? Lawrence Tay here. Yo, Lawrence Tay, welcome back, man. Good to see you. Barden, how we doing? Yo, we got the whole squad in today. Yeah, sure. I can give you a quick recap. So my app is called Ace. It is an agentic coding environment, and the whole concept is for non-technical people to be able to get better outputs with their prompts. Because non-technical people, when you think about it, like me being one of them, or I mean, I guess I used to be. Some people say I am, some people say I'm not. But I would like to consider myself non-technical because I never did coding, right? All I do is I prompt AI. That's literally it. I use the English language to build an app. That, to me, in my eyes, is non-technical, okay? And so when I think about the problems that a non-technical person faces, I'm thinking, okay, you want to build an app or you want to build something. You're hearing about AI everywhere, but you don't know where to start. Well, this is Ace, and it gives you two pathways. You can either start from scratch and build your own kind of custom workflow, or you can build a team. And then as a non-technical person, it literally guides you through this specific workflow to help you come up with a good end result and builds the team out for you and everything. Like if we was to say, this could be maybe, I don't know, I'm running out of app ideas because I've tested that many. Let's just say weather app, right? And then you can press this little button right here and this will record your voice. I want to build a weather app that tells me the weather of all the major cities in Australia. And it also tells me what the weather is going to be 24 hours from now. I kind of like the concept of having a slider for every hour up until 24 hours from now, so I can see each hour as it progresses. And then boom, now it has my mission statement. You could talk to this for ages, right? You don't need to just make it quick and sharp. The more you say, the better. So if you're like just trying to brain dump, this is where you would do it, right? Oh shit, I went back. Oh shit. I accidentally clicked out. Let me try this again. Weather app. A weather app that tells me all the major cities' current weather. And it also tells me what the weather will be in 24 hours with a slider for every hour up until the 24-hour mark. Okay, and then you just hit continue. And now it's going to make sense of your brief. I made this cool little loading screen because turns out that for the AI to come up with questions, it actually takes a bit of time. So if I kind of make it feel like there's a lot of things going on, maybe it'll reduce your attention span will kind of be hit because we've all got ADHD these days. But yeah, this process takes a little bit of time. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe what we could do is use a faster, cheaper model here. But yeah, it's writing your clarifying questions, and then boom, where do you want to use the finished app? A Mac app I can open. How finished should the first version be? Working end to end. Every time this runs, what should Ace give you? One finished piece. What should Ace avoid? Do not make a website. What does a finished great result look like? Ready to use right away. Okay, I think we could improve these questions, to be honest. They feel a bit too generic. Is Ace going to be paid? Yes, sir. This is a challenge. Vibecoding until I make 100K. So if I don't charge for anything, then unfortunately I'm not going to be able to complete my challenge. So this will be a paid tool. On the website, you can see everything that you need to know. Build with ace.ai. So yeah, check it out. Soft launch, I guess. Anything else Ace should know? Not really. And then you can just hit continue. And then boom, you've now got your team builder. So you can choose, use a smaller team to do smaller tasks and use a bigger team to do bigger tasks. I would recommend 3 is always a really good spot because you can kind of get a little bit of everything. And it shows you different AI models, but you can actually just use the same model for all 3 if you don't have subscription. What's cool about this is you can choose, do you want a monthly, do you want a daily, do you want a weekly, how often do you need this to run? because you can set these custom workflows that run like once a day. If you're looking to get a script generated for AI news, for example, or because we're building an app, it'll probably just be one off. Continue. And now we have our team. So I usually like to go Gemini for research because it has access to Google. I'll probably change this to, we can use Claude. We could use Codex. And what's neat about this is because they're each separated with their own system prompts, you could literally just use 3 different Codex agents. Like you just use whatever subscription you need. You don't need to feel like you need all 3 subscriptions. Like it helps because different AI models have different capabilities and strong points. But like what this tool is really doing is it gives you the ability to separate things. So you can now give this specific agent a specific prompt to follow, this one a specific prompt to follow, and this one a specific prompt to follow. So when you give it a task, this one knows to research. And look how in-depth this prompt is, right? Or this one. And this system prompt is fully generated based off of the questions that you provided earlier, right? Like mission, a weather app, workflow type, scheduled automation, deliverable kind, general output, expected output, process, rules, handoff. Like it tells you everything, right? And then you can kind of come in here, build agent, and you can tinker around with these prompts if you're not happy with it. And then you literally just create project. And then boom, you now have 3 AI agents working to build an app. And I guess we could let this run so GitHub repository is ready. So the one thing about this GitHub integration works that we need to fix is we need to fix the open repository. This button doesn't work. Let me check if it works in dev, because I remember trying to fix it. Nice, bro. Thanks, Dante. Appreciate that. So yeah, we have 2 apps now as well. This is another thing that I learned. Through GitHub, you can create 2 apps. One can be a developer app. Like this is my developer app. So now when I give you guys the production ready app, I still have the developer app to build inside of. And so if I break something, nothing else kind of breaks. Let me just check if open repository works here. No, it doesn't work. Okay. What's been the hardest part of your build so far? That's a good question. I would probably say, I would probably say that the hardest part of my build has been trying to get different AI agents to talk to each other in a way that doesn't reduce the quality of the output, but instead increases the quality of output. Because what you'll find is the way that Claude actually sends an output or a prompt is actually different to the way that Codex does it, and it's different to the way that Gemini does it too. Like the Gemini, Claude, and Codex all have a different method of how to get that string of text out. And so getting them to be able to translate each other's text was kind of difficult. But then even after that, getting them to actually collaborate with one another, and this is where you kind of get into the agent harness kind of stuff, is actually quite difficult as well. Like it's hard to get different agents to actually work together in a way that is productive. So that's all about what agent harnesses are. And so that's what I've kind of been learning. I got Fable to help a lot with the harness while it was active. So that was nice. But yeah, it was definitely the ability to get these AI agents to collaborate with each other. That was definitely the hardest part. I like how it will feel like N8N. Thanks. N8N is probably, people say it feels like N8N, but I would disagree. Like, I feel like it's different because, N8N, isn't specific to AI. It's very broad, okay? You can do a lot of things in N8N. This is specific to agentic workflows, and it's specific to non-technical people. I feel like there's a barrier to entry when you learn N8N. Like when you go to build on N8N for the first time, you're going to find that things are really confusing. But here, you just connect dots together, man. Like AI does all the hard work. You know, the onboarding walks you through what you need. Like this is way more easy to set up. And I feel like the fact that you download it as well, like you don't need to bring your own API keys. You just connect it to your subscription. For me, the get ACE button on the website does not work. It's because I haven't launched it yet, but doesn't mean it shouldn't work. So get ACE, these two buttons and this one should all come down to here. All right. So I did ultra code on this. You can see right here, ship, get ACE, CTA, copy to production. Because it was saying something else. And so I was like, I don't want that. All right. All the buttons are configured now to get ACE. However, they don't link to anything. So when I click them, nothing actually happens. Can we link them to come down to the the pricing section? I think that's where the get ACE button should take the user. Appreciate that, Bimbe. Good morning, BB and BB boys. Sly Fawn, what's good, bro? You're up early today. 8:30, man. That's hella early for you. But yeah, Lawrence, Tay, I hope that was a good recap for you. Yo, I have used base 44. It's not bad. Yeah, they're not bad. Why is that, Angel Sanchez? Why do you ask? N8N is not appealing to non-techies. Exactly, right? I remember when I was watching that Asian guy's videos. I forgot his name. Everyone knows him, right? He does the N8N videos. And I was so confused. I was like, dude, what is this? Bruh, I've been up since midnight, fell asleep around 7 p.m. Jesus, bro. I'm on a different level. Why are you up so late, Slyphorn? Why not just work in the morning like a normal person, bro? Bro's like, nah, I gotta put my body through the strain. All right. So another thing that we've obviously seen is the GitHub repository button not working. The GitHub repository button still not working. When I go to click it, it says open repository. I press the open repository button and then nothing happens. Cool. And then, all right. And look how cool these, oh man. I'm just so happy with the endpoint. Currently building an app and wanted to know if it was good. Send it over, Angel Sanchez. Tell me what the app is, and I can suss it out for you if you want. That's fine. My work is the yap. I live for the yap. Yeah, Slyphorn, the biggest yapper, bro. Oh, you got to change your name, honestly, to Slyphorn, the biggest yapper. Also, guys, check out the school community if you haven't already. There's a link in the description. We got 17 new members today. Let me just approve everyone. It's completely free. We're running a giveaway right now where you can get a free Claude Code membership. So if that's something that you're interested in, check it out. I put all my resources here as well, like inside Classroom. You can kind of watch all the tutorials and stuff. I've got like in-depth documentation on like how to do certain things based off the videos that I've made, because obviously the videos I make, there's a lot of research that goes into it, and I don't really get to share everything in the video because YouTube algorithm doesn't really let me do that. So due to retention and stuff like that. So I put aside the more detailed kind of breakdown for people who are interested, and it's all in the school community. So we've got Claude controlling our website right now. Let me see. I got so many tabs open. Jesus Christ. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we can probably reduce this. We're waiting on a weather app, by the way. These guys are building a weather app. I've never gotten Codex. Oh shit, we got the weather app. I've never gotten Codex to do the UI design before, so this is kind of interesting. Did I mention that tells the major cities? I forgot to mention Australia in the thing. I just said major cities. All right, where do people live? Let's test if this app actually works. Because usually in N8N, you'll notice one of the very first things they make you build is a weather app, and they make you pay for this API. So if this is correct, then we've just built it for free with no API. All right, so London is currently 18 degrees. Let's see. London weather. 18 degrees. Okay. All right. Madrid, Spain, 26 degrees. Madrid, Spain weather. Damn, 25 degrees. Okay, that's pretty good. Yo. Let's go. Chicago. So this is legit. And then if I go like, what else we got? We got Seoul. Let me try Seoul. All right, Seoul is 25 degrees. It's saying 21 degrees here. Seoul, South Korea. So this one's wrong. Maybe the weather providers that they give are different. So if I was to go and then do this, it says 22.4, which looks kind of accurate, right? So maybe the weather provider is a bit different for Google. Let's try Sydney. Sydney weather. 15 degrees. So it's off by like a few degrees. I mean, how accurate is Google weather? Is now my pronouns lol. Why do you use N8N when Claude Code can do it all for you with Python scripts? I'm trying to understand what's the advantage to N8N. Is it just more visible? This isn't N8N. This is my own app. It's called Ace, which is an agentic coding environment. Bobus. So yeah, this is completely different to N8N. This is more for Ace agentic agents to be able to talk to one another. So there's so many use cases to this, right? Because think about it, like even just the ability to build this app, right? The weather app. Okay, maybe it doesn't look the nicest. Just add a Claude agent to the plan stage and add a Gemini agent to the research stage. And chances are you probably would have had a better UI design, right? But like literally, I think one of the very first tutorials that you'll ever make when learning N8N is building a weather app. And because they require API keys, you then have to grab the API keys from this other third party, which only gives you like a certain amount of access. So you have to pay for a subscription and then build the weather app. But you can see here clearly, just through this team, that the agent was able to build end-to-end a weather app. No additional prompting. We gave it like three prompts. Can you connect Ace as an MCP? That is going to be the next thing that I do. Ace API and Ace MCP. Those are the two things that I do plan to build. It's not going to come out of the box due to scope creep. But yeah, really cool. We built a lot of cool stuff. You can see over here. Like check out this website that moves with your mouse. Check out this roof construction estimator, which came up with like different waste factors and like, you know, how much to charge per thing. My mate who works in construction looked at this and was like, this is better than anything on the market right now. I'd use this. I'm like, bro, I just one-shotted it through my app. So yeah, really cool. We're just kind of working on some last minute capabilities. Check it out. It's called Ace. The website is buildwithace.ai. It's gonna launch in maybe the next couple hours. I'll do a soft launch where it's just available, and then in a day or two, that's what I need to add. I need to add feedback. Let's go with GPT 5.5 extra high. Create, and I'll go goal mode. Your goal is to create a feedback page in settings, okay? Add an extra pill menu bar called feedback so people can click it, and then there'll be a little box that they can provide feedback. And then that will get sent to an email. I tried to join the school. I mean, I'll accept you after the live stream. Or I can accept you now. Welcome. Genuine question, how did you find your idea? I can build apps, but trusting an idea is worth pursuing is my biggest blocker. Dude, I totally understand where you're coming from, bro. So I've set that as a goal. The way that I look at it is I'm a vibe coder, and I've been in this space for, I mean, you can see yourself, 70 days, right? So in my head, I'm like, if I'm to do this for another 100 days, then rather than using someone else's app like Conductor, which is what I've been using up until this point, or even using like inside the Claude Code app, why don't I just build my own app? And then that way it slowly improves because I'm constantly changing it and tweaking it to how I want it to be. Because I'm kind of on the ground every day, I want to build something that kind of represents that progress, you know? Because I'm making progress. I feel every day I hop in and I do the hours, I'm learning so much. And it's actually thanks to the people in the chat. It's actually thanks to you guys, because there's way more smarter people who have done like computer science degrees, who have been developers for like years, who are in the chat constantly helping me and telling me like what to do and what to fix and how to build certain things. And it's really improved my growth and giga pushed my growth. And I feel like I want an app to kind of represent that, where now that I have Ace, any app that I choose to pursue in the future, I want to be able to build inside of Ace. And I also want to build Ace inside of Ace as well. So the goal now, after I send this live, is actually start like really using it as a user and tinkering with it to a point where, you know, how can I improve this to a level where the app kind of builds itself? Because what you'll find really neat about Ace is you can actually build these complicated loops, right? Like look at this one, for example. You connect them together, and then you can have these loops, and you can say like, oh, I actually want these to go for 10 rounds. I actually want these to go for 50 rounds. 50 rounds is the max that you can do. But imagine, right, a world where I just have this board and I've just got like 7 AI agent team on this specific loop that just constantly looking at ways to improve the app. Like that's kind of the goal here. And so I've already got all the groundwork to do that. And it's literally just, now that I've set up the Ace dev environment, it's quite easy to test that out because it's not going to mess up anything in the production app. But yeah, I feel you, man. It's hard to pursue an idea, but you got to look at it like this, Henry. You need to pursue ideas because that's how you're going to grow, and that's how you are going to get your experience points, right? Sure, it costs money, but just like uni, just like any other skill that you got to learn, you got to pay a bit of money to learn the skill, right? If you want to draw, you got to pay for a pen and a book and maybe some coloring pencils, and then you got to learn how to draw, and then that's going to take a lot of time. Same with vibe coding and building an app. You got to put in the hours and the work so that you know how to build apps, and then that will eventually, hopefully, lead you to a moment where you actually do succeed with the app that you launch, and you are I'm going to break it to you easy. You are going to waste time building apps that no one's going to want. I'm not even sure if people want this app. I'm purely just off vibes right now. So yeah, I kind of built this for myself, and then everyone else kind of was interested. So yeah. Does Ace have usage limits? No, it does not. It's unlimited. The thing is, it's bring your own subscription. So you can kind of see here, you got the Claude CLI, you got Codex CLI, you got Gemini CLI, and you can bring your own subscription. So if you have a Codex subscription, that's like $20 a month, you can connect that to this. If you have a Claude subscription, you can connect that to this. It's no additional charge. You just bring your subscription. There's you can bring API keys if you want, but I don't know why you would do that when you can literally just connect your sub. Is Ace Mac only too? Yeah, it is. The only reason that it's Mac only is because I'm unable to control the quality of the app if it's on Windows, where because I'm on Mac 24/7, I can instantly gauge, like, okay, this is what I'm working with. I know I'm going to lose a lot of people there, but like at the end of the day, I don't want to provide an inferior product that doesn't work properly because I can't test it because I don't have a Windows device. So yeah, I'm just not going to launch it on Windows yet because it's not something that I can assure the quality is going to be good. I work in enterprise AI software and want to give Ace a try for a bit. I tried signing up for the annual plan just now and the sign-in link isn't making its way to my email, just FYI. Oh shit. The sign-in link is not making it to my email. What do you mean? So when you continue with Google, damn, is Aubrey about to be the first person that uses this app? That's crazy. Let me just chuck that into AI. What sort of enterprise do you work for, Aubrey? Are we good? Please merge if you haven't already. Currently, one of our customers is facing this issue. That could be maybe because Supabase is still in test. So maybe we need to just deploy it into production. Get Ace. What, the buttons were dead. This was a side effect of the rename. A good catch. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and merge this. If you aren't already signed in, you have to enter your email. I think the way you just tested, you were already signed in. Yeah, I was. It's not gonna work for me because. So are you saying the continue with Google button isn't working, Aubrey? I'm in the US. I work for a pharmaceutical marketing agency. So we work with 48 of the top 50 pharmaceutical companies worldwide. Damn. I'm responsible for creating the AI solutions that we sell to them. Yo, that's huge. Yo, shout out Aubrey, man. That's cool. Dude, I would love to hear your feedback on this app. No, the continue with email instead. Oh, so you're saying you didn't want to sign in with Google, so you continued with email and it didn't work? Okay, I get you. I actually haven't tested that yet, so that's a good catch. User went and connected with continue with email, and the email never got sent to them. So far, we've only ever tested the sign in with continue with Google option. So the continue with email never ended up working. Can we confirm and fix? %. Yo, cool. We got our first customer. I wasn't expecting that. Damn. That's kind of sick. Yo, for some reason in my head, I got like this feeling that like no one's going to want this app. I don't know why. Does ACE have the principles of your usage limit reducer video? Those are things that I do plan to add, but the base, like off the rip, it's not going to have that. So what I kind of plan to add, which is going to be cool, is there's going to be a connector button like this. And instead of showing your repository, it's just going to be an agent. It's going to be a little agent chat window. And you can say, and you can paste, you know, a certain skill or a certain thing. But you know what else you could actually do? Is you can literally just go to my YouTube video. Like literally just find it. And then scroll down. So it's this video, right? Just press the share button, copy it. And then now you can bring it into the environment. It's going to index the video. And then boom, you now have this video as context. So what you can actually do is you can connect this to the agent. And now it has the video as context. You feel me? So, like, even though I haven't officially sent it, this could be like a unofficial way to connect it all. Yes, I can't use SSO. It violates all our customers' terms and conditions. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. That's really interesting. I'm hiding the email path at both layers. The UI will no longer show it, and the handler will refuse to send OTP unless the public config explicitly enables it. I want it enabled. This is a feature that I want to work. This continue with email option instead of Google. As some people might not have a Google account, and some people who work in enterprises may not be able to sign in through this method. Yo, that's a really good catch, Aubrey. For what it's worth, I've built over 300 apps over the course of my career, 20 years, and I'm confident everyone will hate them all still to this day. It never goes away. It just means you care. That's a good point. Yeah, I feel like there's like a little bit of vulnerability that gets shown when you launch your app for the first time, right? Like it's like, I've been working on this thing for so long, and I don't know, it kind of takes me back to like the first ever business that I launched was this clothing brand, right? And it was called Argo, AGHO, which in Nepalese, which is where my parents came from, it stands for fire, right? And so the whole concept of Argo was that you would have these eco-friendly kind of shirts because all the cotton was recycled, all the ink was made out of vegetable inks, like everything was super eco-friendly about it. And I remember spending like a whole year setting this business up, right? Like finding the suppliers, designing, taking photos with like models, and like reaching out to like all these models to like do free photography shoots for them in hopes that they'd let me like put my shirt on them. And I spent a whole year building up this catalog, and then I launched my business, Argo, and I got no sales. I got 0 sales, and it was actually really heartbreaking. And I don't know, I feel like part of that maybe comes out here because I'm just like, damn, I've just spent all this time building this. Am I going to get no sales again? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think but it's like also really humbling, you know? Like it's a super humbling experience. Like, does Ace have the principle, ooh, thank you, all good bro, you think you have too many tabs? Bro, this is a lot of tabs for me, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've seen people who have way more than me, but this is a lot for me. Stripe, okay. So confirm the email option is currently wired in the app, but Superbase email delivery is not production ready yet. What I found, continue with email called Superbase Magic Link Auth correctly. The live Superbase project has email auth enabled, but Superbase has no custom SMTP configured. A live OTP request is already returning. So this is not Stripe and not the Google Flow. The issue is Superbase's default email sender. Superbase docs say the built-in sender is not for production. It's limited to 2 emails an hour, and custom SMTP is required for real users. Over the partial hide email change, the email option stays enabled to actually fix delivery. Send me one of these. Preferred resend postmark. Okay. From email, for example. Okay. Okay. All right. So I got to set up an SMTP. I'm just going to go into chat and I'm just going to say, yo, hey, can you help me set this up? We currently have an issue where the continue with email instead button does not work. And looking into it, there's actually a few steps involved to get it to work properly, which is listed below. So can you help me figure out how to set all this up? Is it possible within Cloudflare? No, I won't. I'll usually just go like this. It hasn't shared anything yet, so we're good. But once I get those configurations, so it says, yes, but not Cloudflare alone as normal SMTP. Cloudflare can help with domain DNS records and email routing, but Supabase Auth wants an actual outbound SMTP provider. Routing is mainly for receiving, forwarding emails, while Supabase's custom MCP setup expects a sender service like resend, postmark, send grid. Okay. Resends SMTP docs like as the host. So, okay, resend. What you need to do, create, configure, resend, go to resend and add your domain. Then resend will give you DNS records, usually including, okay, yeah, you're right. I'll probably have to set this up off stream. But keep an eye out, Aubrey. Hey, how can I share my app to you? Lol, it's nothing crazy right now since I just made it today. Is it? How easy are we talking? Like 5 minutes? Resend. So it says to go to, or should I join the school? Sanchez, join the school and then make a tweet saying, hey, check out this app that I built. Not a tweet, make a post and I'll check it out for you, bro. I think that'll be the best way. All right, so I'm currently doing my setup for resend. Resend setup for Supabase. And I gotta add my domain. Damn, I've never heard of this before. This is kind of cool. This is what I was talking about how much you just end up learning just from building. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Yo, Aubrey, are there apps that you've built that have been used across like all these pharmacies? Well, easy relative to the rest of the list. Fair enough. What do you think about harnesses for LLMs like OpenClaw, Hermes, Odysseus? I think harnesses are really important. Like even my app that I'm building right now is technically a harness, right? Harnesses help you unlock the capabilities of these AI models. That's how I feel. Like especially like Hermes, the ability to have Claude do specific things at specific times of the day that would not be possible prior. Like there's limitations with Claude. Even you can see here, if you go into settings and you go into your usage, you're gonna see this one right here, daily included routine runs. You can only do 15. So Hermes you can do infinite amounts, right? So you can set a daily run at 5 minutes or 10 minutes and 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And then what you can use that to like do research for your competitors or review the stock market. There's so many things you could do. But Claude is very limited in the sense of you kind of got to do it inside of their environment. So yeah, Hermes agent harnesses, highly recommend. Even what I built here, the ability to have Claude talk to ChatGPT and Gemini is like useful. You know, that's literally an agent harness. What, Barden? Yes, they're mostly internal apps. Example, I built one that gives the next best action to take when a patient is prescribed a drug so that they can continue on the treatment path. More money for pharma. Interesting. Have you looked into like AI voices and stuff so that they can book appointments through the phone with an AI agent? Or is that not allowed? Like only 15 active crons per day. Only 15 per day. The ability to have the agents talk to each other without having to configure it yourself is huge. 100%. Because I remember like everyone knows this tactic, right? Where you literally have like Codex on one side and you have Claude on another. And people use this to create PRD documents, right? You can literally talk to Claude and be like, hey, create me a product requirements document. And then that's going to have biases, right? So then you can copy that and paste it into Codex and be like, yo, poke holes in this. And then you just go back and forth. And so that's kind of how I came up with this app idea was, you know, I have to do that manually. Why don't we find a way to do it or autonomously, you know? That's not allowed in the US, but it would be neat. Pharma is very regulated here. Okay, that's fair. I mean, I don't think we have it in Australia either. So I've seen a lot of restaurants do it though. Like restaurants will have like an AI voice agent and it will kind of go from there. So why is it telling me I have no plan? How often does the account check occur? So if someone's logged into the app, like how often are we checking if the account is paid for or not? Because I feel like I've set it to like 6 hours or something, and I'm just like, why would I need to do that? Like I can probably set it to like 24 hours or 48 hours or something, and it'll probably have the same effect, right? Have a lot of trades do it: electrical, landscaping, HVAC, plumbing. Yeah, I see that. It makes sense because you can open the phone 24 hours a day. Yes, Ace is a paid up, Barden. Is that Whisperflow? Yes, I use Whisperflow. What's neat about Ace as well is it has like a Whisperflow alternative connected to it, so you can use that as well. Got enough of the core answers. I'm doing one last pass. Does the account check occur? If someone's logged into the app, how often are we checking if the account is paid for or not? 6 hour interval is tied to the current Superbase session object. Refreshers can update that object. The timer may restart before it fires. Currently, my account is being verified as no plan. Can we look into why? I feel like we might have broken something with that last comment. I feel like we might have tinkered with something. Of course, everything breaks on the last day. Of course, everything breaks. Yesterday, when I was testing everything out, everything was working like perfectly fine. Now, when I'm like, all right, the app's complete, everything's breaking. Like, yeah, woo, let's go. Okay, so the other thing was the GitHub integration. I think we can account paid check frequency. So that's every 6 hours. Yes, every 6 hours. I feel like this is a bit too often because I'm seeing every time I close the app, restart the app, open the app, like it's doing this loading to check whether my account is paid or not. And it's actually kind of annoying because I just want to open the app and it's just on the screen, on the app. And so I think we need to create some buffer and leeway, and I think we can make it maybe I'm going to say 48 hours. That way, once every 48 hours, you only see that screen. Because it's like, dude, if you're going to make this your main drive, then why would you want to see that screen? Just as simple as that. I can just think, like, if I'm working on this app, what would it look like 6 months from now? What would it look like 3 months from now, 1 month from now? If I keep just shaving away tiny little things that I find annoying or other people might dislike too. Not currently saying no plan for either of those accounts, but it is. Many packages, so I'm narrowing it to super base auth. Anyone else vibe coding right now alongside me? I remember like trying to build a Whisperflow like competitor. And then I decided like Whisperflow is just such a good app. Like it's very sticky, you know, they have like a whole ass team. They're funded with like millions of dollars. They're one of the fastest growing apps right now. Like they kind of have a really big advantage. So if you think of building like a voice annotation app, for example, you're kind of competing with this team that has a huge head start. Like, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Whisperflow, before they became like this voice dictation app, they actually were building like AI clones back like 10 years ago. So Whisperflow's been around for a while. Only recently have they actually got an app that has been really sticky. And the founder and creator of Whisperflow, he's been like in love with voice agents for a very long time now. Like he used to live and breathe this shit when he was like 13 years old. So that's the person you're competing against. You feel me? So when you think about building like this voice annotation tool and trying to sell it and stuff, it's like, well, are you going to be able to beat Whisperflow? And I don't know if the answer is yes. I'm half vibe coding, half real coding. Oh man, I'm jealous. Could never be me. We got Johnny Jackpot. We got Aubrey. We got 2 vibe coders in the chat. Anyone else vibe coding? Angel Sanchez. What's GitHub? I've been seeing multiple people use it. So GitHub is basically this website where you can basically store your projects. And it's kind of like a social media platform for developers as well, because you can share your projects. But GitHub is like this place where you can store your project, and it makes it really handy because what you can do is you can set GitHub as your source of truth. And so what that means is you're basically able to then pull from GitHub every time a change is made, because your AI agent sends it to GitHub, and then you can pull it from GitHub. So for example, my website pulls from GitHub. So when I have a change to the website, like I'm doing right now, it gets sent to GitHub, and then the website catches it, the change in GitHub, and then automatically changes the website. So GitHub's really useful. And I highly recommend you start using it and learning about it, because it'll enhance your workflows dramatically. Hey, you started Vibecoding 3 days back. Thanks to you. Hey, let's go. Gen Z by Janal. Shout out you, bro. I'm glad that you took that leap. How's it going? You getting much done? I'm actually going to close these. I mean, let me try. If I go continue with Google. Oh, now the continue with Google button is not working. I think I must have tinkered with something. The continue with Google button on the app, when I press it, it doesn't even work at the moment. I think when you were altering some previous code, you actually broke this feature. I'm launching only API as an open beta today for testing. Yo, chuck it in school. In the school community, I'll test it out, see if it's any good. Hey. Yoinking products ideas and improving them is a major part of the business though. It's not impossible to compete, but it's definitely not easy. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I recently just saw a interview that this guy had with the CTO for Whisperflow, and I was just like, damn, these guys are on it, man. These guys are really, because I was in a boat one day where I was like, oh, I'll just build a Whisperflow alternative and I'll sell that. But then I kind of realized, like, well, like if you think about the way that tech industries work, like you can really kind of capitalize. The best product capitalizes on the entire market. Like think of Uber, right? The second best app, Diddy, or what's the other one? I forgot what the other one's called. DoorDash. Like they probably get like 10% of the total market, where Uber gets like 90%. Uber Eats, right? And I feel like it's like this winner kind of takes all environment where if you have a product or an app that's really good, you're competing with like all the other people who have that app as well. So with Whisperflow's case, like they have the marketing budget, they have the UGC content coming out like hundreds every day. They've got a really sticky app. It's just hard to compete. Silly Led, how we doing? It's pretty neat that you're bringing people together from all over the world in here, Doobie. Oh, thanks, Aubrey. Where are you based? I mean, you're based in the US, I guess, but it is pretty cool. I used to do this thing before I ended the stream, and I would see everyone's like location and timing. A lot of you guys stay up pretty late. Hey, like I've never been like an early bird kind of person, but I've noticed a lot of you guys in the chat like to stay up pretty late. Skip? I've heard about Skip. It's Canada based though, right? You've got like the other one as well, like the Panda one that's yellow. It's like a Asian brand. I am from India. Physics Wala is like a huge ed tech company here. I landed a project with them. I basically have to create animated explanations for grade 10. Yo, that's pretty cool. Are you using Claude? Do you use Claude in Hyperscale or Claude in Remotion? Sometimes when I'm creating my YouTube videos, I'll use them to like create motion graphics, which is really handy. And they can do a pretty good job, man. Like, when I was doing my OpenClaw masterclass video, it did a really good job, like highly impressed kind of job. Like, let me show you. Like all these slides were generated with Claude. Uh, do, 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 do. I mean, I guess I can't even find it now, but like even generating stuff like this. But yeah. Anyway, check it out if you want to learn about OpenClaw, although you're a bit behind now at this point. Fable was goated, bro. I'm pretty sure Fable's going to come back. Claude plus caffeine is the meta right now. I just wish Mythos Fable didn't get sniped. Higgsfield plus Claude plus GPT. Okay, that works. Higgsfield is great. Yeah. Can't go wrong with Higgsfield. Arcads is another option. You got Higgsfield, Arcads, Hyperframes, and Remotion. Hyperframes and Remotion, I'm pretty sure, are free. Higgsfield you got to pay for. Arcads you got to pay for. But Hyperframes and Remotion, you're kind of more limited to what you can do. Man, Higgsfield is really like on the ball with their marketing. I don't know if you guys have seen some of their ads, but they're really on top of what they're doing right now. Is still only in the workspace per the Ace flow. It needs a PR into dev, then the dev. Merge to dev. I need one of these to finish. Oh, well, it looks like we need an SMTP here as well. So it looks like we need it in 2 different places. The workflow has finished dependency install and is running test lint now. Let me see what it said to that screenshot. I sent a screenshot. Right. Still relies first on the Electron bridge. There is already a local fallback used elsewhere to open browser links more reliably, but the billing Google Flow is not using it. Okay, cool. Things here. The no plan bug was dev runtime drift and is now merged into dev. I'm waiting for the runtime publish for the Google button. I'm inspecting the bridge path now. I'll keep the dev billing. Okay. All right, cool. CL passed. I'm merging PR 471 into dev now. That should start the next dev runtime publish for Ace Dev. Okay, cool. "28 major cities." What model should I use to build a local LLM scraper app? I mean, it depends how much compute you have, right? Like Gemma 4, that's another thing I need to add here as well, is actually the ability to add local models. Because not everyone's going to want to use like the best model. So local models integration. Because I want Ace to have the ability for you to just integrate local models. And it might even like be able to scan your device because it's downloaded already and see like, oh, you can actually handle this local model. And then you can download it and then use it inside of Ace. And then I think the workflow that would be really interesting is, imagine Fable comes out. You can use Fable as the orchestrator to plan everything. And then you've got a local model underneath Fable, like Olama or something, that actually goes and executes. And then you have Fable below that to review. And a setup like this, I can see actually saving a lot of money while increasing your output, because you've got a frontier model doing the heavy lifting of brainstorming and ideating, and then you just have like a cheaper model actually execute on the idea, which can sometimes take the most time because the execution part involves execution. Hey, just curious, aren't you scared of showing publicly the process of your creation? I mean, someone can copy it. I mean, look, that's always going to be and something that can happen for sure. But I'm not really fussed, man. At the end of the day, like, how good are the copies, you know? Pepsi copied Coke Zero. How big is Pepsi compared to Coke Zero? Maybe that was a bad example. But, I mean, you can use Whisperflow as an example. Like, think of all the copycats that copied Whisperflow because they were like, holy shit, that's such a good tool. I'm going to copy it and make it cheaper. How many users do they have? You know? I think there's always going to be people that might want to try and copy you. And like, look, if you want to put in the hard work to actually go out and copy the app, then maybe you deserve to have your own copycat app. Because I've been working pretty hard on this app for like, 30 days now? Everything's kind of live and transparent. So if you did want to actually copy this app, 110% you could probably get away with it. New profile pic is fire. Thanks, Mijul. I'm doing well, by the way. How are you? I've been using Grok for a bit of planning. It's not bad. Really, that's the first time I've heard Grok. That's the first time I've heard anyone mention Grok in their workflow in a while. I'm not going to lie. How many people actually use Grok? Like, the only way that I see people using Grok is because it gives you access to Twitter. And when you have access to Twitter, it's actually cheaper through Grok than if you use the API. That's the only way I can see you using Grok. What all subscriptions do you have? I have Whisperflow, I have the Max Claude plan, I have the Max Codex plan, and I've got the Pro Gemini plan. That's kind of my setup right now. Okay, I think we can merge dev to main now. Don't worry, you can still create the pull request. Okay. It's checking. Checks awaiting conflict resolution. Where's the conflict resolution? Publish superseded hours at commit. Oh, whoops, I just messed up. Cancelled the older run by design. I'm checking whether that newer dev commit includes the Google fix before I let its publish proceed. I've started watching the newer run publish while fetching the updated dev branch locally. The newer publish is for another. Checking the commit. Okay, I shouldn't have touched anything. And if adds fixed, I'm checking the final version of the billing gate because the final blah blah blah. Okay, cool. I used to use Grok, but realized the hallucinated more than a homeless guy on shrooms. That's funny. Yeah, good one. That's actually jokes. Well, you know, XAI, which owns Grok, is losing $250 million a month. It's something ridiculous. And because it's part of SpaceX, Starlink, which is the profitable business, which is making all the money right now, actually has to pay for all of XAI's kind of expenses. Pepsi probably copied Coke, but it used to be real Coke, lol. Not bad, just editing videos. What sort of videos are you editing, Majul? I use Grok. It's getting really good. The Twitter or X is nice to have for data of people. Yeah, agreed. I used Grok heavy for a bit. Used the voice, used imagining. I heard the imagining is actually not bad, the image generation. Grok terminal with heavy multi-agent usage, it's a $300 a month and it was more of a pain. Yeah, I feel like it's more hand-holding with Grok, right? Hey, can we have some music? Yeah, sure. Let me chuck some music on. It's not too loud, is it? Let me know if it is. Might even be a bit quiet. I've just increased my mic volume, so sorry if that was loud. I made it. I was recording drums for a few clients yesterday, and I had you in my big screen in the background live streaming. That's funny. Wouldn't you have to put me on mute in order to record drums? Also, don't forget to use headless browser or some form of a browser. Noted. For my app, I'm using Codex to deploy to Netlify. Netlify over Vercel or Firecrawl? Why Netlify? I mean, I've seen a lot of people ride or die Netlify. My producer will download Ace and use it happily. Yo, let's go. Your producer, you make music, Rich Ducat? Not loud, and I have a big screen on too now. That's perfect. Thanks for the music, Doobie. All good, bro. All good. Man, I'm locked out of my own app one day before launch. Isn't that kind of embarrassing? I feel a bit embarrassed, guys. Let me close some of this stuff. We got connected tools loading. Yep. Minimize mission contract square. We need to test that. Let me just say merge. Did I merge this already? No, I didn't. Merge. Cloudflare main deploy. Can you merge dev to main? We can get rid of this. Update Ace sidebar icons, get rid of that. Launch readiness, check. Stripe gate. I've already updated the Stripe gate, so are we good to go now? Align dev history with main, we've done that. Tie download page to latest production DMG. So I need a test. If I go to download.dmg. Okay, it downloads the actual file. Cool. Yo, what the hell? Why does it look like that? In the brief, it looked like on an angle. That's annoying. I think it's this one. No, that's docs page. The current download page looks a bit mid compared to our HTML standalone file that we kind of exported. You can see that the preview is bigger and kind of on this angle, where in the live website, the preview is just flat and small. Like, dude, come on, man. We use Netlify for everything we put out. Interesting. Play Drake. Nah, Drake's gonna be too distracting for me. I was setting up OpenClaw when the hype was going on, but had to put it down due to work. About to go into Hermes to see what it's all about. Hermes is legit. Ramon, you're gonna find Hermes is super legit. It's playing through a different headset line. So you just had me yapping the whole time. I've been getting my friend into Vibecoding for his game. He likes it now, Doobie. Let's go. The Vibecoding community has increased by 1 member. Yo man, where is in school community the prompt for Claude to create my digital persona? It is right here. If you go into school, and then you go into classrooms, Claude Code and Skill Mastery. It is clone your voice right here. This one. Inside of Claude Skills, clone your voice. Man, I gotta clean this up a little bit. There's so much shit here. Apologies, man. Yo man, I was touring a musician for a while with a lot of big rock acts like I See Stars, Black Veil Bridges, Falling in Reverse was my last tour, but mainly just record stuff for artists now. That's really cool, man. Shit, Rich Ducat, you live a cool life, bro. Every time you're telling me what you're doing, and I'm like, damn, that's pretty lit. Ew, Drake. Yo, Ramon's a Kendrick fan. I like Drake, man. His new album was good. You speak to your LLMs so much nicer than I do. When they take over, you'll be so safe. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess because it's like a voice annotation tool. Do you use a voice annotation tool as well, Aubrey? Because when you're speaking to it, like I can't not be nice. I don't know. Notes updated to recap one line. Answer: the live price switch is done on dev main, but the hardening branches that fixes the legal security webhook was never merged and is now 50 commits behind. So we're not good to go until it rebase onto, say the word and I'll rebase onto dev. Please rebase onto dev and then merge it to main. Already merged and live on the dev runtime. Okay. The production workflow is still in dependency install. Production verified past lint. Okay, cool. That's going. Lol, I'm old. I can't stand Kendrick or whatever his name is either. We got a Ramon. We got an Unk in the chat. It's funny. What do you listen to, Ramon? What's your preference? Yeah, Drake released 3 new albums in one day. It was pretty impressive. Whisper Flow, yep. Dude, Whisper Flow, too good, man. So what, you're telling me, Aubrey, that you're just like, what, cussing and swearing at your AI agent with Whisper Flow on? That's funny. Dude, we just need to collab on something, haha. I'm a professional media buyer and advertising consultant full-time, and it gives me a lot of freedom with my lifestyle. I just got the plug on Pokemon distribution because some guy in my office building asked me to help him with AI, and he's the top distributor for the state. So Pokemon experts with app ideas to sell, let me know. Yo, that's a huge plug, man. Jeez. Bro. Man, if I ever need your services, I'll need to reach out. Alright, can I stop being locked out of my app now? It's been 27 minutes. Okay, we've merged this to dev. We've added the settings feedback. I haven't merged to dev. Merge to dev. Fix Ace GitHub project repo. Still pending your call. Do. Fully quit Ace and reopen it. Just end to end against your running Ace dev instead of guessing. And the live runtime returns your installed shell and runtime both have the bridge wired correctly, so the URL and code were correct, yet no browser open. That means Electron's signing failure in your install. It reports success without opening anything, and the client was swallowing the failure, so you got nothing happens. The fix shipped to dev. What you need to do, fully quit Ace and reopen it, not just close the window. I fully quit it after this was all merged and it still didn't work. And I'm talking about the dev. Finally, dev. Okay, what's the go? Implement and ship the fix. The Google sign-in button now opens auth through the local Ace runtime first. Ship through the proper runtime flow, merge to dev, release PR, merge to main, production runtime. Okay, cool. So I should be able to close Ace now. Man, we haven't even been able to test it on the Mac. Make me money, make no mistakes. Make me $1 billion company. No mistakes. Haha, no, I don't swear at it. I'm sure I sound aggravated constantly though, because I am. I mean, getting AI to do your work can be hella frustrating, right? Because it's never gonna fully understand what you're trying to build. 9 times out of 10, it is your own fault though, because it just means you haven't concisely explained yourself enough. And sometimes we can be lazy as well, right? Like you don't want to have to explain every little thing every single time. Sometimes you just want to kind of say one sentence and see if it can figure it out. I like a lot of things, but have been not into listening to AI remixes of old hip hop songs, like Move Bitch 73 version. Damn, AI remixes. Okay, interesting. Pov, everyone, I'm building an app. Doobie, I'm locked out of my app that I build, LMAO. Yep, welcome to my life, guys. Yeah. Do not look for advice from me, guys. I'm locked out of my own app right now. I have heard, silly led, that sometimes, yeah, being nice to the AI is actually better. Like Claude apparently responds to like nicer feedback. Maybe it's a male versus female thing. I think men usually are kinder in their voice prompting. Just an observation. Really? Interesting take. Interesting take. I just use ChatGPT for code. I mean, yeah, Codex. Same thing. I'm locked out of mine. Yo, how many people we got locked out of their own apps right now? What the hell? What's going on? It's already downloaded a new runtime, but it shows restart required. True, fully quit and reopen. Okay. I think I need a, yeah, I need to wait for it to merge. Let me check GitHub real quick. So we go to actions. Release dev to main here 7 minutes ago. It worked. Fix Ace app, Google sign in, browser launch, release dev to main. Okay, I'm assuming this is Codex. It should work in the next couple minutes. So what was actually wrong though? 104 tool calls, 96 messages. Jesus Christ. Should probably compact this chat. I found Claude was being a pain, so I switched to Codex. Yeah, dude, tell me about it. I'm sure a lot of people can relate, right? The Claude to Codex switch is very real. Except right now, I feel like it's more of a Codex to Claude switch for me, because Codex has been nerfed. I'm under the assumption that Codex has been nerfed because they're training the latest model right now. Oh, swallowed my water funny. Too excited. All right, let me try now. Surely it's updated. If asked, allow the browser to open. Still not opening browser. Browser still not being opened when I press it. Dude, why is this such a big problem right now? Claude code error, API error, 429 overloaded. What the hell? Yo, is this the error you were talking about, Silly Let? Try again in a moment. Status Claude. The hell? By the way, love that Ace has a desktop version, not just web functionality. Yeah, 100%, because I feel like the web apps are quite limiting. Like if you build a desktop app, then you got way more customizability, I feel. And the app just works better, you know? Did you merge to dev? Look at uncommitted. Create PR and merge to dev. Yeah, I got that. That's why I switched to Codex for today. Interesting. I think there must be some error or some issue right now. Claude's too busy. Just like Whisper Flow, that's a huge part of why it's sticky. 100%. 110%. Apparently Whisper Flow used to actually be a Chrome extension. And then they found out they were losing a lot of people because turns out not everyone's always using Chrome when they want to use it. They couldn't use it inside of Slack. I need to look into what's going on, man. Something's going on. Something in my workflow has broken. We shouldn't be going through this many issues right now. One commit behind main. What's this saying? The router no longer imports the test file content if it's slightly from patched context, so I'm reading the exact block and patching it directly. The test now asserts the fallback order macOS opener first on non-Windows, Windows opener on Windows. I'm rerunning the checks and build warning. I did notice, however, like when I click this, nothing's happening, which kind of makes me think that maybe links are just not working on my laptop right now. It was having like a huge delay for my prompts and found Codex working better. You know that Electron is a web app on a hidden Chromium browser, so Electron is, I mean, yeah, that's true. Technically, it is a web app, if you look at it like that. But I actually made it that because Cursor's a web app as well. Cursor is an Electron. In enterprise use cases, the adoption rate goes from 23% organization-wide to 61% when there's a desktop option versus web app only. Really? That's a really interesting stat. Interesting. I find voice AI is really good. Actually, it actually picks up my words right now. Before it wouldn't pick up my voice. Voice AI. Claude status is saying partial outage. Okay, so we're all receiving a little bit of outage right now. All right, I'll leave Claude then. Okay, cool. New PR has been created. Tie download page. CO is still quit. Okay. I'll just have to use Codex for the time being, which is fine. Alright, what else isn't working in my website? Alright, user joins, scrolls down. I should probably do this on the Mac actually. Tie download page to latest production, DMG, create immersion to dev. These install tests and lint are running. It could honestly just be the Mac sharing could be messing me up low key. Yeah, it's not working. It's weird. I mean, Discord is an Electron app, so yeah, it's good. True. I didn't think of that. They're massive. Also, you mentioned earlier not being able to test on Windows. Have you considered running Parallels? What's Parallels? Please explain. Like 2 separate apps? One for Windows, one for Mac? Is that... Hopefully the push from Claude doesn't make Codex error out too. Nah, it shouldn't. I think Codex is pretty stable in terms of how much compute they have to provide. Man, that's so annoying that literally an hour and a half, this entire live stream has just been debugging my app, trying to get back inside it. We didn't even get to cover... We haven't even covered GitHub integration works. And that was the easiest thing on my list. I probably shouldn't have done it through this chat. This chat's really full. Dev publish is queued and running. Parallels. AutoCAD and SolidWorks on Mac. Run Visual Studio, AutoCAD and SolidWorks on Mac without compromise. Enables Windows operation on Mac computers. Oh, cool. Develop and test on Mac for Windows. That's cool. This is handy. I'll definitely need to use this. Nah, dope. Cool. Thanks for that. Parallels. So for the Windows version, I'll just use Parallels to test the app. But you can test on Windows is an Electron app, so you can make a .exe and pass me the file, LMAO. Emilio. Good one, bro. Almost got me there. Almost got me there. / download page preview to match the standalone HTML more closely. Okay, dev. Let's push to dev. Okay, there's a few loose ends that we need to tie right now. So these two I can't really touch. Add settings feedback. We need the SMTP. We need the SMTP for this. The failing deploy is a full dev main release. So when it succeeds, it will push everything currently. Okay, this is regarding the get a CTA. Okay. I mean, this should be working, right? Because we recently merged it. Also, Parallels is so good, but a simple virtual box machine is good too. I mean, I've done a few like hosting through Hostinger and stuff like that, but Parallel seems like it's actually meant for testing apps and stuff. Agreed, Parallels is just a bit easier to set up and maintain in my opinion. Yes, but if you want a real Windows, a VMS is more stable. Oh shit. We got a dev off going on in the chat right now. Alright, if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to get another AI agent to overlook what's going on. Fix macOS runtime browser opener. Merge pull requests. Prod DMG download. Okay, yeah, nice. However, there was a, what's this? It got cancelled. Okay, boom, it's merged. The dev runtime manifest points at with the open fix. I'm opening production release PR from dev to main. Okay, so this was to dev. Now dev to main. What's insights? Does anyone know, like, do any extra stuff here? Like, you've got workflows. There's like different things here. I haven't tested any of this stuff. All I know is I can go into actions and I can click on things. The release PR test is running, so it should be available inside of the dev app. So this will let me know if it's working or not. It's not working inside of dev. It's not working inside of dev. Let me test something. Yo, I've noticed there's currently a blocker right now. See, I can't open any link from any app. It's not working. So I'm actually gonna try something else. Hold up. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna close Chrome. Because it's being a blocker, actually. Let me just quit a bunch of stuff. Chrome's still open for some reason. Why is Chrome bugging out on me? I think I need I feel like I know what's wrong. And I don't think it's my app. While I'm at it, let me just get rid of all this shit. Alright. Opening Chrome. Chrome was updated. Okay, I have a feeling now if I was to go into Claude. Let me get my live stream back. If we go into here and I click this link, yes, it works now. Okay. All right, guys, we're good. We are back. Let me go back to my live streaming setup. Okay, I think I figured out what the problem was. It wasn't even anything to do with my app. Go to live stream. All right, I'm back. You guys didn't notice anything different in the live stream, did you? Because I literally just closed my Chrome extension. All right, so now if I go into Ace Dev, and I continue with Google, boom, it's working now. All right, sign in. Open Ace Dev. No, you are in. Okay, we're good. We're back. It had nothing to do with my app. it had everything to do with Google Chrome needing to update, which is weird. Nothing was broken. Okay. I was like, what the hell? Why is everything breaking, man? Like, okay, we're good. All right, everything works now. All right, everything works now. It looks like there was an issue regarding my laptop not being able to open links. When I tested opening another link from a different app, it didn't work either. Okay, cool. Well, if that's working, I want to set up this SMTP thing, but I'll probably do that off stream. I think in the meantime, we can test. Oh, wait. Let's test if the GitHub repo thing works. So I go here and I go open repository. Yo, that's working too now. Everything was broken in my app. It wasn't even my app. It wasn't even my app. It was my MacBook that was broken. Because now the GitHub repo is opening. Okay, perfect. Everything works. Yes. Yes. Let's chuck the. Let's get that checklist back up. Man, I'm so gassed. Went from like such a low to like I'm at a high right now. Everything was breaking. I was like, why is everything breaking? I'm about to launch today, man. It's not a good look. And turns out it was just my Mac. Install on my Mac Mini from scratch. Okay, so that's the next thing that I want to do. Let's go ahead and do that. I think I got to go here, Finder, Network, Share Screen, sign in, continue. All right, we are inside of my Mac Mini. Let's get this going. All right, cool. Get rid of this. Open up that. Safari. All right. Build with ace.ai. So Electron is Chrome, so it's normal, but nice. Ace is working. Let's go. I've been using Figma for whiteboards. Is Canva better? I really like Canva, dude. Canva's like all round amazing, an amazing product. I highly recommend it, dude. Because not only can you do whiteboard stuff, you can build thumbnails, there's so much you can do, man. Like you can draw on shit, like, I don't know. I really like Canva, man. I'm a diehard Canva fan. All right, we're inside of our app. Our website. Does this button work? The Get Ace button still does not work. Okay, thank you. Is Claude still down? Can you make sure this is merged to main? Can you merge to main? Anyway, start for $8.25 a month. Continue with. So the email, we'll have to test the email, but continue with Google. Pop-up window blocked. What? Okay, so I pressed the continue with Google button and a pop-up window blocked. Okay. I went to click the continue with Google button inside of my Safari browser and I got this notification saying pop-up window blocked. How can we fix this? Claude's working again? Okay, cool. Everything's working now. Merge to main. Let's see if this works. Merge to main. Yeah, okay, Claude's working again. It was just for a little bit. The in-app subscription gate and the hosted landing billing page. The screenshot matches the hosted billing page, so I'm checking both. The Safari block is caused by after an async OAuth request. Safari often no longer considers that part of the original click. For the hosted page, same tab, top level navigation is the right behavior because Google OAuth will come back to sign up with the auth code shared by hosted Google sign-in, Stripe checkout, and the billing portal. I'm going to make it browser fallback navigate the top level page instead of opening a new tab in Ace's desktop runtime. It will still use the native bridge to open the external browser. Only the hosted landing billing script and its cache busting reference. Okay, cool. I have access to unlimited Claude credits or ChatGPT Enterprise credits. How can I make 1 million from your perspective without getting locked out of my own app, of course? Yeah, you're asking advice from the guy that got locked out of his own app. I mean, look, you have all the power in the world, man. How do you have unlimited Claude credits and ChatGPT? Oh, right, because you got Enterprise. I mean, well, what are your ideas? I would say that, you need to find what you enjoy. What's something that you have like some knowledge in, Then build an app for that. Maybe you have knowledge in football. Maybe you like sports betting. Maybe you like, I don't know, golfing, and you want an app to like be able to write your score sheet inside of, and then AI that calculates it. Maybe you have an AI that like checks your golf swing. Like, think of what you enjoy. What's a hobby that you have and like an expertise that you have? Because if you try to build something that you have no idea on what it even is, then chances are you're not going to do very well. But if you build something that you have like interesting, then you can build that. Send us the tea, bro. What are you building? I'm currently building Ace, which is my agentic coding environment, which we've just got back online. So yeah, this is Ace. You can kind of connect multiple different agents together, and it's chill. So if I was to put my email in here, is that not sending? Yo, I got a link. It sent me a link. Yo, that's weird. It worked for me. Yo, Aubrey. The email link worked for me. That's weird. Let me check if it actually signs in. Oh, but then it just takes you to the page, right? Gotcha. So it doesn't actually sign you in. Okay, I see what's happening now. Emilio, you crack me up, bro. Okay, so I am currently testing the use email instead of continuing with Google, and it successfully sends me the email link. However, when I actually press on the link, nothing happens. Like, it doesn't sign me in or anything like that. Which is what is meant to be happening, right? How Doobie sells his apps. So it's Ace and it's chill. Yeah, I could have done a better job. Not gonna lie. It's funny. Fix Google pop-up block. GitHub test workflow is still in progress. Fixed and open PR. Merge to dev, then main. Merge to dev. It's fully released and the production runtime is published. Get a CTA. So the Cloud for deploy failure is materials for the website side. I'm doing one last local state. Are we good? Okay, I think we're good here now. We can get rid of this. Dev. We can leave this. That makes sense. Ace Dev is now on the updated runtime and its local browser. I also had a production release PR open while debugging. It's check pass, but since the root cause was your laptop not opening links generally, I'll leave it unmerged unless you want that extra open hardening promoted to production. Has the change in dual code runtime published successfully? Idea host your website not fully good yet. The Cloudflare deploy failed because the GitHub. Oh yeah, that's right. Cloudflare deploy failed. Okay, I know what's wrong. That's an improvement though, because I wasn't even getting the link. Oh really? Okay, so that means we've improved one thing. The PR is still waiting. The merged email link login. I'm editing the hosted sign up login from Wrapper now. The change is small. Keep the server built iframe URL for query. Then on the client, pen the top level QRL. The fragment preserving wrapper is. Both checks failed immediately because dependency is not installed in this workspace. Workspace has no node modules, so the normal checks cannot run yet. Okay. Will not let this workspace switch to it. I'll create a detached deploy work tree. Man, I got so much shit going on right now. It's hard to keep up. Add settings, feedback. I think we've done this already. We can restart. While the AI is thinking you should be doing squats and push-ups, time for the glow up. Yo, true. Bro, can you give a shout out to Fable Watch? Bro, I already shouted it out yesterday, bro. You got a big enough following, man. I'm sure you can bring your own customers. For context, Mark came into the chat yesterday, showed me his app Fable Watch, and then I looked at it, and then mid conversation while I was talking to him, he just left. Like, bro, come on, man. Okay, dev is working. Let me check if the feedback's. Okay, we got feedback now. Cool. Let me test this. Contact email. Does the user need to send me an email? Optional? I don't think we give them a contact email. I still have access to Fable 5. Rankly capping. I think Fable 5 comes back online in the next couple days. Would make Ace better. Yo, Mark, where's my shout out, man? Where's my shout out? What about my app, bro? I'm owed a shout out right now. Mark? I reckon Fable 5 comes back online in the next couple days. Alright, we got this feedback thingy, and I'm just wondering, contact email is necessary? Optional? Let me check. Email. Where's feedback? Feedback's here. Is the contact email optional thing necessary? Oh, so you can follow up. Yeah, true. Okay, that's a good point. So you can follow up. It's small touch so you can retain users, especially in the beginning. That's a good point. Aubrey, that's a good idea. Can we make the contact email mandatory so that follow-ups are actually possible with any feedback that is provided? I think I saw him on that new Mr. Beast episode. Was that you? Yeah, but Mark Santos, where's my shout out, bro? I did the same things. I did the exact same things for you. The hell? Is Mark the guy that does the bottle flips? I'm on pure copium right now. It'll be back tonight. I know it. Yo, I'm pretty sure it's back. Johnny. Oh, wait, no, not Fable. Claude's back online, though, if that's what you're using. Yo, Mark, I got my own app to worry about right now, bro. I'm launching my app today. It would make no sense to shout out another app when I'm launching my app. Like, what? Unless you gave me a shout out, then shit, I've got to follow in. I've got to follow in suit, you know? You know, help each other out a little bit. GitHub action secret is still invalid. Okay, so we need one thing remains. So website manually from origin main at. Okay, so one thing remains. The GitHub action secret Cloudflare API token is still invalid. So I need to create a new one. Yeah, sorry, Johnny. That's my bad. This is my app right here. It's called Build with Ace. Here, this is a URL. buildwithace.ai. Right here. Where you gonna do it, Mark? Claude keeps returning services busy again over here. Oh, really? Let me check. It's looking okay for me. I haven't got it doing a whole lot though. Mark dragging it. Must be because you're nice to it. Yeah, oh, true. True. It's prioritizing my responses over Aubrey's. I need a Cloudflare API token as my one currently is invalid. I need to give it to GitHub so we can continue to deploy website updates using GitHub as the source of truth. Damn. Website's gotten a lot of traffic. Over 5,840 clicks. Jesus, I wasn't expecting that. I can't show you my Cloudflare account, but I didn't realize there were over 5,000 clicks on my website. Damn. That's crazy. I was really not expecting that. Huh. Why is the link not in the description? Because I haven't released it yet. It's soft launch. But you can look at it. It's buildwithace.ai. Yeah, I can chuck it in for you. I'm same as you, bro. It's gonna release in like the next couple hours / tomorrow. How did you get 5,000 clicks? I have no idea. All I do is live stream everything. So maybe that's why, I don't know. That's kind of cool. Go to API tokens. Create token, use the edit Cloudflare workers template or custom token for more granular control. All right. One thing remains, the GitHub. We need to fix this. Can you create a new one? GitHub Actions is running the PR test job now. Email link login. How'd this go? Yes, pressing the email link is meant to complete sign-in. I fixed the likely cause in the hosted sign-up flow. Email magic link can return credentials in the URL, but sign-in written does the billing UI instead in iframe. That preserves the top-level auth fragment for the iframe. This is a hosted website auth callback style change, so it will not reach build with ACE through running publishing alone. It needs the normal feature PR flow, then a main. Please merge to main. I think we're fixing the email thing. Built a local job market scraper, which uses my CV, LLM scores, all job listings, gives me mostly senior level roles as possible candidates. I have no experience. Safe to say, shit don't work. Damn, bro. Hey, it never works the first time round. You gotta keep like tinkering and like chipping away at it. It's all me trying to pay for the app. Aubrey clicking the app 5,000 times. Emilio, I'll give it a crack, but I'm gonna launch it through Mac first. Like that's just what I want to do. Yo, is Mark still in the chat? Did Mark dip? I'm looking at the side, it looks sick. Thanks, bro. Let me just check one thing. Looking good. Yeah, I'll show you my failed. Yeah, I'll show you my Cloud Flare dashboard right now. Hold on. Just double checking that there wasn't anything on there. Yeah, check this out. Build with Ace in the last 24 hours got 3.6 thousand visits on the website, which is pretty crazy. $6,000 web traffic. Build with Ace. I've got another website that brought in some traffic, but Build with Ace was did most of that. 3.6K. 200 CPU. I mean, I don't really know what any of this is. Could it be bots? I don't think it should be that high. It could be bots. Yeah, for Mac first. Just telling that you don't need any code modification to put it on Windows. Okay. Cheers, Emilio. Not sure if you were working on it, but when I click on the continue with Google, it says pop-up window blocked. Yes, that's what I'm working on right now. Is it through Chrome? Yo, Angel Sanchez, are you using it with Chrome or Safari? Yo, why are bots coming to my app, man? This still does not update the production Safari behavior. For that, dev needs to be released to main. Merge to main. Yes, I am driving most of my traffic through YouTube currently. It's purely just through the live streams though. Like, I don't know. Like it's possible, but like if we go on my lives, you can see like in the last 24 hours, this got 1.6K views, 700 views, 2.3K, 2.5K, 2.2K. So it's possible. I just don't believe it. Like surely that's got to be bots, right? You're using Safari? Okay. So it's a problem with Safari right now. It works on Chrome. Marcel Agency, what's the best really cheap way to build like AI agents for anything? Agent to do automatic outreach, automatic SMS sending at scale? Hermes Agent would be your best bet. Cloudflare counts all requests, so real people, bots, search engine crawlers, AI crawlers, their metrics are usually inflated. Okay, consider installing a heat map on the back end. Okay, what's the heat map do? I'm learning so much about websites right now. Honestly, I've gone on my own app that many times too, like. Yes, you can connect Hermes to Codex easily, bro. You can connect Hermes to pretty much any AI agent model. Need to check something. I tried both cloud. I used cloud for return 403. Unauthorized. What do you need to do? Edit cloud. Use the cloud template. Let's go to. API. Edit Cloudflare workers. Can you do this for me? Man, Cloudflare's AI was able to create the API token for me last time, but now it's saying it can't. It tells you how many real people are on there and where they're exiting your website so you can optimize your conversions. Yo, that's okay, that's handy. I'm gonna have to add that to my updates list. So this is my updates list. Add heat website heat map. This basically is all the things that I need to do once the app goes live. This is to avoid scope creep. Okay, so I'm creating Cloudflare. Start that with the edit Cloudflare workers template, then workers scripts, edit Cloudflare workers, use template, account worker script, edit, account workers routes, edit, account settings, read, account zone worker permission scope, workers routes, edit, zone. I need another zone read, user details read. We've got user details read. Okay, cool. Under account resources, select create the token and copy it. In GitHub, go to repo. Under zone resources, select okay, I think we're good. Create token, copy. So now I got to go to GitHub, settings, secrets and variables, actions. Settings. For those that don't know, I'm just setting up my Cloudflare token right now for GitHub. Cloudflare settings. Settings, secrets and variables. Settings, secrets. Settings down to the security section. Settings tab located in the top navigation bar under the repository name. Look at the security section. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. Settings. Wait, where's settings? Top navigation bar under repository name. Actions. Okay, I found it. One sec. Gotta use my authenticator. Boom. Done. Okay. I think we're good. Let me just do a quick test. Try not to leak my API key. I do have a Discord server, although I'm trying to go more to school because it's easier to just put all my resources in one place. The school community is free. Is it safe to run Hermes on the local laptop or similar to OpenClaw need to rent a VPS? It all comes down to your own tolerance, man. Like, what's your tolerance? Can you handle it if in your local, like, it has access to your files? Like, do you mind if it, like, accidentally makes changes to them? Hotjar is a good one to start with. Okay, good to know. Hotjar for heat maps. For Hermes, is it better to download a desktop app? I heard it's good. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you have to pay for the desktop app, no? Or is that just me? I haven't used the desktop app. Yo, Barton, yeah, maybe update your Google browser. I noticed Chrome needed to get updated for mine to work. For some reason, it wasn't working. After the failed deploy and it's still serving the old. Boom. Okay, it's working. Now if we go back. Yes, it's working. It's working now. It's working now. Please check. It's working now. Please check. Done. I made contact email mandatory for the feedback. Merge to main. Let me just check one thing. Everything's working. Cool. So yes, the new, okay, cool, perfect. It's working now, please check. Confirming worked. So that was for the Google sign in pop-up. Let's see if this works again now. I'm gonna give it a refresh. So I press this now. Yes! Okay, yo, it works now. I think, who was trying to sign in and it got locked out? Where'd you go? Sanchez. It works now. Yo, Jmart, it's almost live. I'm just kind of making sure the user flow works. Aubrey lol, cracking me up. Well, I'm like, damn, if you actually tried to sign in and it didn't work, like that's a massive problem. Hosted link, email, iframe. So the host fix is now live. Okay, let's try this now. Let's try this. Let's go back. Let's continue with email. Let's see if this works. Email rate limit exceeded. Okay, so that's where the issue comes in now, because I'm pretty sure I need an SMTP or whatever. But if I click this, okay, no, the continue with email is still not working. Okay, so Google works, email doesn't work. So we need to fix email now. Maybe I'll set up the SMTP thing. Was it resend? I think it was resend. Resend. .com. Yo, bet. Okay, it works. Let's go. Okay, cool. Safari works now. That's one thing down. Set up an SMTP and a shit ton more with them. I do actually have hosting a subscription. Maybe I could use it. Let me see. Okay, maybe I'll use Hostinger then, because I'm pretty sure I've already paid for an annual plan with them. So I should just be able to reuse it, right? Okay. Let me go into chat. What's it called? SMTP. Help me set up my SMTP with a pre-existing VPS inside Hostinger. Because I have this. Unless that's not what it is and it's a different service entirely. Host Stinger. What's the easiest you guys reckon? You can hook your agents up to them through their API, although it's not too bad doing it manually either. Oh yeah, I could hook the API up. Yes, but I would not use the VPS as your main SMTP unless you're okay dealing with email deliverability. Magic links, the cleanest setup is still resend. Okay, fine, I'll use resend, screw it. If resend's the easiest for Supabase, then I'm not gonna try and alter it. Create a resend account, continue with GitHub. The free tier is like 3K a month to resend. Okay. Oh, that's heaps. What the hell? That's so good. So, but I would, okay. So, all right, I'm using resend. Tell your dev AI builder. Okay, I'm using resend. Help me create. What's the step-by-step for resend? Oh, nice. I can just give the agent API access. Email link sign in iframe. TP. Okay. Okay, I think we're cooking. I think we're cooking. Wait, I'm slow AF. I missed the answer. Brother, let me make a Windows port, please. I'm gonna convert it into Windows like as soon as I can. I forgot you made for Mac only. Jmart, you run in Windows? I mean, of course you run in Windows. You're Jmart. Can you read my comment above? How much are you spending in AI subscriptions and its usage as a problem? How many hours a day are you coding? Probably like 5 hours a day on average, I'd say. And I'm on the Claude Max and the Codex Max plan. About $500 a month. I swiped already? No, you didn't, bro. What the hell? All right. Jmart, you can download the .dmg. Is that enough for you to convert to a thing? To a Windows port? Bro, no way. We got our first subscriber. Jmart, bro. I need was it not clear enough on the website? Do I need to add a bit more wording? Yo, that's crazy. Claude down again. I'm sure I could, not gonna lie. I mean, Jmart, if you did and it worked well, I'm happy to just use that for the Windows. GPT is pushing sponsors, bro. Resend it. Resend is just optimized for AI SEO. Yeah, but Resend is also easiest for Superbase. Like even on the Superbase website, it recommends it. Do you ever hit usage limits on those two, or are you good all the time? I mean, yeah, if I use a lot of Claude design, then I hit my Claude usage pretty quickly. If I don't use Claude design, then we're good. No, we need a .exe to make on Windows. The .dmg is not enough, but it's pretty easy. Is it? Well, I guess I gotta start locking in on the... Yo, I can finally have my revenue counter go up. Let's go. That's exciting. Apply the Cloudflare DNS records from this machine because the Cloudflare token is only stored as a... Okay. So apparently I got to set up a new Cloudflare, which is kind of annoying, but... And I just looked, the page doesn't mention anything Mac until after checkout LMAO. W marketing, not gonna lie. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm gonna fix it. Alright? I'm gonna fix it, bro. I'm gonna fix it. That's my bad. I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm gonna do this really quickly because I pumped through it the first time. Custom token, more control. account. Go to edit workflow template if you're deploying workers for GitHub. Cool, all zones. Okay, I think this works. J-Mart, I'm so sorry, bro. Far out. I'm gonna send you a .exe by end of today, all right? Feel free to tinker with it. For real, Doobie, just say the agent compile a .exe for the app, and in 2 commands it does it. Okay, all right. You know what? Fine. Fine. Compile a .exe for the app. Boom. Happy? What do you think about Fable 5 compared to Opus 4.8 in coding capabilities? I think it's a huge difference. Really, really good. I was impressed. All right, so we've got continue with Google working now. Didn't do the API token correctly. God damn it. That's so annoying. zone DNS edit. Go to find the token you're using and click edit. Add the permission zone DNS edit. Okay. This should work. Alright. Keep having to hide my screen. Apologies, guys. It's a lot of random APIs and stuff that I need to configure. Claude finally tricked my American ass and took my $200 and said, F you. Hyperactive, what's good? I'm so late. Bro, we're just getting started, bro. Music just stopped working. Are you still getting good money from running this channel? Of course. I mean, you have your good week, your good months and your not so good months. This month has been like average. Where's my... Okay. Man, my API key is still... Man. Thanks for yesterday, bro. I learned a lot. All good. Hyperactive. I'm glad I could help, man. Always here to answer any questions you might have. Okay, I think it's working now. Currently adding resend to Supabase as well as Cloudflare, which will help, one, with the feedback responses, and two, with the sign in with email option. All right, I've compiled the .exe. We've got the .exe. Ace.exe. Where is the file located? I'll send this after stream, yeah? If Jmart's still in. Email link, sign in, iframe fixed. Make get a CTA. Scroll to the price section. Done. Launch readiness, hardening. I'll say continue. I think this is done. Minimize. We didn't test this. Restart. Did I merge this? Create a PR. I didn't merge this. No, I did. Okay. There is a minimize option here. Boom. Okay, cool. Dope. This is done. Confirm that it worked. Man, I didn't think it would be this complicated. So many hiccups when it comes to launching. Wasn't expecting this. Adding my DNS records right now. Nice work. I run Ace on my MacBook, but would rather run it on my Windows machine. Really? So there's actually more people that want to do it on Windows than Mac. Interesting. How long does Claude usually stay down for? I mean, this is actually my first time experiencing this. I'll probably just send it to Jmart first, Emilio. All right, finally. Oh my God, that took ages. Also, this music is so loud. All right, that's better. I only need when you cut. Desktop app release tag. The release workflow will refuse to publish unsigned until those GitHub secrets exist. Doesn't affect the runtime web launch you just shipped. That one, okay, cool. Let me check if this worked. All right, let me check if this actually works now. If I was to refresh, it says email rate limit exceeded. So that's due to Superbase's connection, I believe. It's saying email rate limit exceeded. I'm assuming this is due to Superbase not being configured yet. Sorry, Amelia. Appreciate you, bro. Nice. Okay, email's working. Okay, it should work now. Let me verify. Set this in Superbase dashboard. I can also patch it via API. I need to go to Superbase now. Rate limit email. So many different platforms involved, man. No one ever tells you about this. I need to go to authentication, rate limits, email sent. Okay. Superbase. Okay. Where can I change email rate limit settings? Superbase. Directly go to dashboard in the Superbase dashboard. Navigate to project dashboard. Click on authentication in the left sidebar. Authentication. And then it says select rate limits. Rate limits. Rate limits for sending email. Okay, so now I can change it. Save changes. Saved 200. So does this update automatically? Okay, I think it's working now. Finally. Oh my god. That took ages. Jesus Christ. Alright. Let's actually test this out now. Refresh. Continue with email. Security purposes, you can only request this after 21 seconds. What? Let me wait 21 seconds then, I guess. I hate Superbase having only 2 projects that you can run. Yeah, but I feel like Superbase is for simplicity's sake. School is kind of buns. You can't really talk with people. Is there a Discord? I mean, there is a Discord link as well. You can find it. I probably will actually maybe turn the Discord into an ACE community, maybe. But yeah, it should be a bit like either in the YouTube bio or like if you go back like 2 weeks on an older video. That's like your best way to join the Discord right now. Music back on. Okay, email has been sent. 3rd time's a charm. Let me just add this in here. Boom. We're in. Aubrey probably isn't even in the chat anymore, but hey, the email sign up works now. Okay, cool. Nice. I didn't think it would take that long to do the email sign up, man. Why was that so hard? Just make a WAP. It's way better than school or anything, to be honest. Bro, I made a WAP and I decided it was worse. I didn't like it. Let's go. All right, guys. Ace is live. Let's see if this works now. Download Ace for Mac. Download. Do you want to allow downloads on build with Ace? Allow. Now we've got the app downloading. Okay. Ace, boom. Move it into applications. And now I should just be able to go like in here. Scroll down a little bit and find Ace. Open it up. Moment of truth, moment of truth. Wait, what? Ace could not verify Ace is free of malware that may harm your Mac or comprise... Wait, what? So how do I fix this? This is the next thing that we need to fix. When downloading Ace on a fresh Mac, I got this pop-up. How can we fix it so we no longer face this? Actually, I'll probably do it inside of... When downloading Ace inside of a fresh Mac, I got this pop-up. How can we fix it so this doesn't happen? But I just need to go overriding security settings to open an app is the most common way that a Mac gets infected with malware. You should not override. Okay. On your Mac, choose Apple menu, system settings, and click privacy and security in the sidebar. Open settings for me. Go to settings, then click open anyway. And then I'm going to then click open. Which apps learn more? No, it's not this one. Wait. Press this. Apple menu, system settings, click privacy and security in the sidebar. You may need to scroll down, go to security and click open. Unknown developers, go to security. Click open. The button is available for about an hour after you try to open the app. Okay. We're not seeing it. Not seeing it. Done. Oh, here it is. Open anyway. Open anyway. You gotta sign the DMG. I think it costs $100 a year for that. I've already done that actually. I've already got a .dmg. I've already got a Apple account. Block, unsigned. How to sign the .dmg. I already have an Apple account. Ace allows you to use Claude, Codex, everything inside of the same environment. And you can have them like talk to each other and stuff. Okay, sign. Get the developer ID application certificate. Okay. Olama is in it, or it's gonna be. It's going to be. It's going to be. So you're gonna be able to access Olama through Ace. You need to keep your OpenAI subscription. This is BYO subscriptions. If I had to cover your subscription cost, I would be charged the API billing, which would then cost even more. So it's actually cheaper for you to bring your own subscription keys. All right, I'm gonna make an announcement I'm going to do one last check everything, but I feel like it's just too much API. I'm just having to show my face too much because I'm showing all these APIs. So I'm probably going to can the stream here, and I'm going to make an announcement across all platforms. If you're interested in trying Ace for yourself, stay tuned for an announcement. I'll announce it on Discord, School, and on a YouTube post. Otherwise, you also catch me in the live stream tomorrow. So yeah, peace out. Thanks for joining me today, guys. It's been a good time. I think we're good to release it. I just need to do some final polishing with some API keys, and we'll go from there. Peace out, guys. Thank you so much for joining today. I'll see you all tomorrow, same time. Peace.